Welcome back to Teapot Talk with Julia. It's November and it's still beautiful outside. It's so nice. It's chilly and crisp, but we can still sit outside and have our tea. So it's probably the last time this year that we will. So I thought I would enjoy my brown made in England teapot with some rice pudding oolong today in Pam's beautiful garden. This is a teapot that we've actually used in the tea house a couple of years ago during this time of year, and I thrifted it, and then when we were done using it for that season I took it home, so now I use it at home. And it is made in England, and I'm believing that the clay that it's made from indicates that it would have been made in the Stoke-on-Trent region, which is where the brown betties are made. The true brown betties, they have the clay. It's the only region where you can get that kind of clay, and it has really good heat retention for the tea. So that's what I'm guessing for this one, and it is vintage. And then I've got this nice teacup that I just like to use this time of year because of the colors, and it's pretty and it's a good size. And we are starting our Asian fusion afternoon tea menu this weekend. It's our menu for November, and it looks pretty amazing. It was inspired by Pam's trip to Vegas last year when she dined in their Chinatown district, and it's also based on the book Afternoon Tea is the New Happy Hour, that encourages a more casual approach to tea, and it also encourages cooking with tea. So a lot of the recipes in this menu will be infused with tea. There's an amazing fusion of Asian flavors, autumnal notes, and traditional tea foods in this menu. And our tea of the month is rice pudding oolong, and I was very excited when I found out that we were bringing this one back because we used it a couple years ago in a supper club menu, and I actually still had some at home, and it held up really well. And the oolong tea is it comes from the Camellia sinensis plant, and it is oxidized so that you have the green tea, which isn't oxidized, and then the black tea, which is fully oxidized, and the oolong is in the middle, so it's in between green and black tea. And so they say it's partially oxidized, and I suggest trying it without any additions. When I learned about oolong in a class I took at Elmwood Inn a few years ago, he actually said, like, you don't put any milk or anything in oolong, but we also say whatever you do in the privacy of your house or at the tea house is nobody's business. But this particular rice pudding oolong, I would suggest at least trying it without any additions before you add any milk or sugar. And it's also, oolong is a little bit, goes a long way, so you can it's about a teaspoon per cup, and you also steep it at a lower temperature. Black tea is steeped at boiling temperature, so the 212 degrees, and oolong is best when it's at 190 degrees, and it's a shorter steeping time, and you can also re-steep it. And if you use too much, then it will, or you over-steep it, it'll be really bitter. So we actually had a few years ago with one of the girls that was working at the tea house at the time tried some oolong, and she's like, "This is terrible." And I looked at the tea sachet, and it was just like bulging out, and I said, "Oh, I see what you did." So I made it with a little bit less, and I steeped it less. And if you do have boiling water, then you can just reduce the steeping time. So I'm going to pour it now, and it's also a nice light color. It almost looks like water, but this has actually been steeping for about probably 3 to 5 minutes, and so it does come out. It's a golden color, very light golden color. And then this, of course, I showed you what the leaves look like, and I am so glad we're bringing this tea back. It does have the rice pudding flavors in it that just really, it'll really enhance the Asian foods on the menu that we have. And I was just so excited when I saw that that was on the menu again. And that is so, so, so yummy. And I hope that you're having a wonderful November and that you're able to try our Asian fusion menu. You can make reservations for the weekends at pineconecottageteahouse.com, and you can also find us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. It's Pinecone Cottage Tea House across the board. And like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you at the tea house.